detachment. Let's look at detachment defined. Detachment is the sacred act of loosening your grip on the people, beliefs, roles, and outcomes that you've clung to, often for safety, identity, or validation. It's not about becoming indifferent. It's about creating the space to see clearly, to choose freely, and remember who you were before the noise. Identity shaped by systems, trauma, survival. It is the conscious release of what no longer aligns with your truth, and it is disconnection from illusion, attachment, and patterns rooted in fear, survival, or performance. All right? And I think a lot of us can attest to maybe having a lot of these attachments in our lives. Detachment is a return. It's the peeling away of layers that were never yours, the unbinding of old agreements and survival stories. It is the soft, brave act of returning to your factory setting, your innate wholeness, and your source-coded identity. It is restoration by subtraction. It asks, who am I without this? What part of me is afraid to release it? And who benefits from me holding on? All right? And so when we think about detachment, as I mentioned earlier, it is not about going out there being aloof about life and giving up on life. It is about it's about awareness. It's about awareness so that you're not blinded, right? Because again, who am I without this? So many of us are latching on to things, people, and all of these things to define who we are, which ultimately leaves the question of, well, who am I defined as without it? So I want you to follow me on a visualization. Maybe this helps a little bit. I want you to first imagine the original place that you come from. It's a beautiful kingdom. Oh, a majestic, beautiful kingdom. So many beautiful people who have all in their own right, know their gifts, know their talents, know their contribution to the ecosystem. Kings and queens and priestess and all of those who are healers and medicine men and entertainers and fixers and thinkers, philosophers, and all of them know their place in this beautiful, majestic world. They need for nothing. They have everything they need. And then one day, you wander off into a lost land, and you become engulfed by the sea. And now the governance of the sea has taken over you. You have no familiarity with this new governing body, this new governing system. You've never been. And eventually, the sea starts to take over. Barnacles start to cover your body. You begin to have other sea creatures that are latching on to you. Your body begins to break down and disintegrate. You start to lose mobility. You begin to have life removed from you little by little, to the point of you're not able to even identify yourself nor anyone else. Now, the beautiful thing about this story is that it really shows what, and I'm right in front of the screen, it really symbolizes what we have experienced and what we experience in this lifetime. I believe we all come from this majestic, beautiful place, right? We can all call it whatever, and it can look like whatever, but there is some, prior to our being here, there is an assignment that we all received through Source that defines who we are and our code in our souls. And so this visualization really allows us to see what happens when we get into a new space and ultimately our identity is compromised. So what do we attach to? Well, there are three categories. It's that which we've been taught, that which we've inherited, and that which we've internalized. So that which we've taught, roles as in nurturer, caretaker, the good woman, the martyr, people and relationships, that we tether our identity to partners and children, service and work, especially as women. We are taught that in this society to tether ourselves to these identities. Beliefs, religious, political views, etc. All of these are attachments that have been taught to us. Inherited attachments could include beliefs as in unworthiness, scarcity, invisibility, traditions, trauma and fear, habits and patterns, all of those things that we've accumulated over time and inherited. And those that we've internalized are emotions and guilt and responsibility or lack thereof, shame, control, expectations, failures, outcomes, society's expectations, the need for validation, narratives that we tell ourselves and other people over and over and over. You ever been to a hairstylist to get your hair done? And either they're telling you or you're telling them the exact same story over and over, and you hear them telling someone else, or vice versa. You follow what I'm saying? So the barbershop and hair salons are the best place to hear people's stories that they love to latch on to. And what I learned is when you observe that, we have a true affinity to these stories. We are fixated on our stories. They have defined us so much that we almost can't wait to tell them about the abuse that we experience in our relationship, or how horrible our man is, or our horrible work is, and all of these things, whatever the stories might be. But we love to tell these stories that either make us victim or whatever the case might be. And it's just part of how we've been trained.